Hi guys, and welcome to this week's Alakazam Live. I'm sort of by myself, but not by myself. I've got a special guest with me today. Harry is in the shop dealing with all the wholesale orders. Wholesale orders, all the orders in general. We had a delivery of the fantastic collector wallet in today. I think we had 25 delivered today. So the first 25 that were put on order are shipping out today. I see a lot of you already in the chat have already put down that you've had your email saying yours is winging its way to you, so that's all good. I'm joined today by Jamie Dawes. We're going to be talking about a few of his new releases and a couple of upcoming things that we've got going on. And if you've got any questions for either myself or in fact Jamie, drop them here in the chat. But before we go any further, if you are watching on Facebook, please pop underneath and press that share button and share it into into all your magic friends. That will be much appreciated. And if you're watching us on what's the other one? YouTube. If you're watching us on YouTube, go and hit that big thumbs up button. So we've had a busy time here at Alakazam. Last week we released the fantastic, oh, there it is, Destinations by Nicholas Mavresis. We have almost sold out of the pro size, so if you're after a pro size, go grab one. If you joined us for the after show, you would have seen a hell of a lot of new routines for this and new ideas that we discussed. I'm going to be filming those ideas in the next week or so, and they will be given free to all owners of Destinations. I'll drop a trailer in for that a bit later. But without further ado, let me introduce my special guest. He's no stranger to the Alakazam Live, and you guys are no stranger to him. It is the incredible Mr. Jamie Dawes. Hello, Mr.
Hello.
Dawes.
Hello. Thanks for stalling for me there. I was like eating my lunch at the same time. Peter was stalling.
I tried to wait for an appropriate moment where I thought you were going to be having a bite of your sandwich.
Yes, I'm good. How are you?
I am very good. Thank you very much. All's good here. I'm just trying to get my little... there you go, because when I go to the small screen, I'm sort of out of shot. So what I do is I adjust the camera and then I adjust myself and put myself out of shot again, which is a bit crazy. So
you keep looking. You're not looking at the camera today either. You're not looking at everyone at home. You're looking somewhere else.
No, do you know what? The camera's here, but my monitor's here. I need to move my monitor. I'm going to do that. Do you know what I'm going to do? Have you seen the brand new effect? Because I'm looking at you, you see. That's why I'm not looking at them. But I'm going to move the monitor so I can look at both of you. You guys at home and Jamie, have you seen Mark Oberon's new effect?
Yeah, it looks mad. I was looking at it yesterday. Yeah. It looks amazing.
It is incredible. In fact, I'm going to play the trailer now. And I want to know what your comments are, guys. So leave it here in the chat. And while that trailer's on, I'm going to move the monitor. So if you hear any big explosions or anything, or the stream suddenly cuts, it's me.
Oh, okay.
Right.
This could be fun then.
It could be. Let's hope it just goes swimmingly smoothly. Right, here we go.
This is multiple outs on steroids. I am so proud to present Outstanding. Hello, Mark Oberon here. I am so excited to tell you about my latest effect. It's called Outstanding. Ever since I created Bang On and Way Out, two separate effects, I've dreamed of being able to show an envelope in my pocket like this and have a piece of paper in there that can be one of 52 possibilities. So 52, it could be a playing card, a US state, it could be famous people, boys' names, girls' names, cars, football teams, drinks, anything you like. This product is customizable to your needs, your clients, your business, your events. There's no suspicious looking wallets, it's just an innocent looking envelope. There's no stealing, palming or loading. It's easy to do. This is perfect for Zoom because the spectator doesn't need to touch anything. It's perfect for close-up because it resets instantly. It's even perfect for stage. This can be seen by 1,000 people. Multiple outs is one of the most powerful methodologies available to the mentalist or magician. 24.
It could have been any number.
And happens to be 10.
No way. That's easy.
Imagine 52 possibilities from one pocket, one envelope, one piece of paper. This is outstanding.
Well, that was pretty cool. I think I've moved the monitor, you see, so now I'm looking
nice. But now, how have I moved? I'm still
because I moved the monitor.
What's going on?
So is this better now? So I can see you guys and I can see Jamie. Everything's just here. Everything's rosy.
There we go.
We've had a few questions for you, Jamie Dawes.
I've literally just read them. First off, someone said that I need more lights.
Do it, Jamie.
Wait there, what colour?
Just say, just tell her to make them brighter.
This is as bright as the red goes. Alexa, turn my lights bright white.
Okay.
How's that?
You're like James Bond.
I love it. I think it's so much fun. But yeah, so Mark's thing, I don't know. Have you ever seen his Way Out? Do you know what Way Out is?
Yeah.
I love that. I always thought that was amazing. And he actually teamed up with Timon Kraus with his book about Witch Hand and supplied them in that. So that was the first time I'd ever seen him.
Right.
And then when I saw this, I thought it was amazing. What I love about those gimmicks, though, and about that method is there's a continuity in your actions. So you might think that each time you do it, you have to do something different action-wise. But it's not. It's always exactly the same. That's what I love. So if someone sees you performing it again, there's this continuity of motion, so it just feels like it's meant to happen that way every time. So, yeah, it looks amazing, though.
He's a very clever thinker, Mark. I mean, I remember years and years ago, we actually filmed a DVD with him that never actually came out many years ago. And we filmed a few routines with him, which we did bring out as separate routines. But that was the first time I had seen Bang On. And it was many years before he released it. And at that time, he had no plans on releasing it. It was just his baby. And I remember we were just sitting there. I think we were having dinner. And he just said, just name any playing card. And I named it and straight into the wallet, boom, there was the card. And I'm sitting there thinking, how?
Yeah,
But
mad.
he really does go above and beyond. I think with Mark's stuff, it always appears very magical. He's very much a fan of, if you watch his act, it's very much things appearing, disappearing, changing, a lot of magical moments. And he does remind me of one of these guys that is going to be able to perform magic at a drop of a hat, and it will just look natural. Do you know what I mean? I'm sure he goes out with, pretty kitted up to blow minds
His
wherever he is.
levitation, his ball levitation as well,
Yeah,
is just phenomenal. It's amazing.
yeah. He's really, really good. But
Someone said
that's...
I'm just going to quickly put in a Bluetooth headset. 1 second.
You do that. I think last time we did that conflicted with your mic, but give it a go.
There you go. Is that okay?
That is okay.
Cool.
Let me have a look what else is going in. I just want to say a few shout outs to my very good friend Phil Smith, who's joining us. We got Sean Mann. We've got a lot of the regulars. Alexander Ross. Jonathan Allward. David Hand. Magic Man. Lee Alex. William McGregor. Ian Raymond Walker. Loads of people joining us today. So, yeah, there was a few questions. Did you see some of the questions to you?
Yep. So I'm at the top of them now. So the first one that I had was Darren Bain, who said, 2 questions for Jamie. When is Deceased the Return coming out? And are there any plans to reissue Scream with pro-size cards? Which actually a couple of people have asked that. Scream
we
on
may
pro-size.
well do. What have I got here?
Yeah.
So we
Xena
will
Murders
be
and
having
Deceased.
a live launch, hopefully next week sometime. So guys, keep your eyes out on the email. I've got a sneaking suspicion it may be next Tuesday or Wednesday.
Next Wednesday is what we've got written down.
Okay, so we're aiming for a live launch next Wednesday, and you are going to get the premiere of both trailers, and plus there will be a bit of an after show as well. So for anyone that buys either of the products while we're live, we will be doing an after show as well. So anyone that has already purchased Xena Murders, because people that were on your academy, we offered it to them as a pre-sale. Anyone that's already purchased it will also get access to the after show as well. That will be put into your account. Okay, so you'll
The
be
response
able
to
to join us.
Xena Murders has been amazing as well, hasn't it?
Been phenomenal. And you were down last week filming. You filmed the explanations with Harry, and you performed it to Andy in the shop, who immediately said he wanted one, and you kindly gave him your set, and he's been doing it.
Has he got his head around it all now?
Yeah. And the other person who picked it up very quickly and who has been performing it, he performed it to Nicholas Mavresis the other day.
How awesome.
Is
He does
Harry.
it better than I do now, though, which is well annoying.
He does it really. I mean, Harry does pick things up really like annoyingly quickly.
Yeah,
He's always...
and it is a trick that you need to get your head around, but he got it like that. He did get it.
Yeah. No, he's even I know he's still a kid, but even when he was very young, he's just one of those kids that if you said, oh no, you've got to do it like this, he'll be doing it and sort of chances are better than I ever did it. And he's
It's annoying,
he
isn't it?
does pick things up quick. So yeah, but he loves it. He's been performing it a lot. He really likes it, and it's one of those things where, once again, like with your stuff and the collector, you're able to build a lovely, or well, lovely story. It's down to you what way you want to go with a story, especially with Xena Murders. It doesn't have to be based around murders. It could be a love story if you wanted it to be.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, because the end revelation is that there's couples involved.
Yeah,
So yeah, it could be a love story at the very end. But
yeah,
it's great watch. Like they're the first people that I've ever taught it to properly in depth. So it was really cool to see how quickly they picked it up and just how into it they are. Because I will say it's not the easiest thing. There's a bit of mental process that you have to go through to get there, but it's very, very minimal. And as soon as you get it, it's really fun to perform.
yeah,
It's just a weird method where you're just like, how does it work? By the end of it, it just works.
yeah.
You turn the cards over, they match, and you're like, I don't know how it works. It just works.
It's really good, really good. I know that, yeah, like I said, he's been really enjoying it. Andy messaged me the other day. He's having a week off because it's his son's 8th birthday. So happy birthday, Noah, if you're watching.
Happy birthday, Noah.
But I know Andy performed it on Debs, his wife, and he said her reaction was great. And we all know when you perform magic, usually to your other half, the reactions, well, most of us, the reactions you get aren't really what you would expect from someone seeing a trick like that. It's usually, oh yeah, I know what's going on, or whatever it is. But he said the reactions were brilliant, like really good.
Good.
So Anthony Whiten said, is his collector in the first batch? I do not know, Anthony. They are being sent out strictly on time they were ordered, because we've sold about 100 wallets. We've only got 25 in, so they are going out in order. The next batch is due next week, and I think that will be taking us to covering all the pre-orders. So we should be done. Jamie, you've gone all blurry.
Oh dear.
Still blurry. So,
Have you just been drinking whiskey again? Is that what it is? This happens every time.
Right, I'm going to play a little trailer because we've got a special offer going on. So I'm going to play the trailer and then I'm going to explain a little bit about it. Okie dokes?
Ooh. Cool.
That's not the trailer. I'll play the trailer
Nope.
now. Right, so that is our free DVD offer. So guys, if you place an order for £50 or more, or $65 or more, you can choose yourself a free DVD from our free DVD section. So let me, all you have to do is go up to the search box. I'm going to try and put it on the front page. Type in free DVD. An icon will come up. If you click on that, these are all the ones you can choose from. You've got the Unexpected, tailor-made book test. You've got Party Animal. There are literally so many. If I scroll up and down here, which I don't think I can do because I've expanded it to fit the screen, but you have got tons and tons of different titles to choose from, and it will be yours absolutely free. So if you pop onto the site, spend £50 or more, don't forget to add a free DVD to your order. I'm back with you, Jamie.
You are. Sorry, I had Harry call me at the same time. So I was just talking to him, but you've frozen on my screen, so I can't see you anymore, but that's fine.
Oh. I don't think I've frozen here.
So I wanted to check the stream in case it wasn't just me, but no, it is just me.
Oh. So what was Harry bothering you for?
No, so on the taboos, the last taboos course that we have the Facebook group.
Yes.
And all of like the pictures and stuff I've put onto there because we get an awful lot of messages every year from people saying, I got the course, but I don't remember the website, even though the website is displayed on the screen on every course. But I guess it's just hard to sort of keep track of all these websites because there's hundreds of them. So I thought that having a central hub on the Facebook group is the way to go. But then some people don't have Facebook, so I actually ended up setting up a website. So I just needed to give him the website, basically, is the long and short of it.
Right. There's a little comment come up there for you, Jamie.
Wait there, I need to look on my phone. Have you done any work for Mizaru or any other ideas for Connect the Dots? So Mizaru actually manifested itself into a book called The Tracker. And The Tracker, if you have a look around, there's quite a few reviews on it, which are mostly favourable. But the newer version of Mizaru is in there. So there is a brand new method that I built on. And I love Mizaru. I think it's great. But for me, I just didn't like the gimmickness of it as much. So the new version of Mizaru, which is there, uses a standard deck of cards, but you do one little thing to it to make it work. And then the whole book is just a complete plethora of different routines. And then that ended up being VMRS, which we released with another magic company, Penguin Magic, during lockdown, which is the same approach, but all for virtual shows. So
Right.
The idea was that it was all for streaming stuff, and it's a complete system. And I believe that it's in their top 10 streaming suggestions for tricks. So yeah, so if you want to look into it, and Connect the Dots, there is going to be a Connect the Dots 2 when I get around to finishing it. That was the idea, that we were going to have lots of different versions. And then I am going to start a project based on taboos, hopefully within the new year, which would be really cool.
Brilliant. There's another comment here as well. I've been performing the basic handling of Jamie's new Zener effect he explained on the distance course, and all I can say is wow, the kicker. You sure that wasn't tackling terrifying taboos? What did you do in the distance course?
No, we did. That was when we first showed the very basic version, wasn't it?
Ah.
Do you remember when we did it with the hand-drawn ones, the ones that I was using in virtual shows?
Yeah, yeah. But the cards for these are amazing. Lee Alex said reconnect the dots.
That's what... Yay! I like it. No one, do you know what? In that book, in Connect the Dots, no one ever got the secret. Because
Don't tell anyone what it is.
A puzzle, essentially. I'm not going to tell anyone what it is, but if you work out the puzzle, then there are like 2 extra tricks. No one's ever found them.
Wow. Wow. I didn't know that. I didn't even know there was a puzzle.
Yeah, it's really cool. Yeah, so I think it says it in the front of the book or something. It says if you discover the secret, it'll lead you to a password. Type in the password, and then you'll get the answer. So yeah, there's little secrets hidden throughout the book, and if you work them out, you just need to look for what doesn't make sense. There are things in it that you're just like, why is that there?
Yeah.
And then you find it out.
Wicked. So you've got 2 products coming out with Alakazam in the next couple of weeks. One of them is a reimagining of a classic Jamie Dawes effect, which is Deceased. You've got a brand new version of those. It comes in our pro size. Now, your handling has changed. We're not going to give too much away because we'll drop the trailer on the live launch and we'll give them a bit more information there. But the main difference with this is your spectator never lets go of their card. Whereas in the old one...
that's what the original version did as well.
Oh. Really?
So that was the unique thing about the first, is that they take their card out and they never swap it.
Yeah.
Whereas all previous versions, you need to do it. What's new about this one, and what people commented on with the Deceased, was, wouldn't it be great if 2 spectators could do it? Because in the Deceased, I needed to do some
Oh, that's
dodgy
right.
work.
Yeah.
So in this version, both people have the packs of photos. They take one out behind their back. They exchange the rest of the piles. They turn over their card or the pile, whatever you want to do. They lose their one inside, which they've never let go, and they bring them out. So you never have to touch the cards. As soon as they're in those people's hands, you don't have to do anything. The whole system works itself. There's no gimmicks involved. It's just the photos and the revelation envelope. And like I said, the whole system just works itself. There's also no discrepancy. So there was a discrepancy in the original Deceased. We've got rid of that with some of the motions in this. And what's really cool is there's not any more memory work, if that makes sense. It's a completely different system, but it's about the same amount of memory work to have it set up. But I really think people will like the improvements and the adjustments to it. And with the new, are we allowed to show them? Are we allowed to show them one of the cards?
On
are we being
the
that
Deceased?
On Deceased, yeah. Have you got them behind you?
That one?
I'm waiting for the delay on the feed.
Oh.
Let me have a look. Yeah, there you go. So these are, again, all purpose designed. So I designed them to look a certain way. I think they look really, really nice on that stock. I think they look really, really nice. They just look like old photos.
They're perfect in the pro size. And, you know, the back has been aged as well. Yeah, absolutely perfect. So this is Deceased, the return. So we'll be giving a bit more information about that shortly. Do you want to show the quality of the other cards?
You've got those as well.
Yeah. Just to say as well, what was I going to say? Oh, the Deceased, the return is only available in Pro. And at the moment, Xena Murders is only available in Poker. Okay, or when it comes out. So, Xena Murders, you have...
The reason that we've done that as well, just so you know, the Deceased just looks better in those large cards, but with Xena Murders, you have to put the cards on a table. So if you're performing it, to have those pro size cards laid out is maybe a bit, it takes up a bit more space. So I thought the poker cards are a bit easier to handle for that trick. But if there's call for it to be larger, we can always produce it larger later on.
Yeah. So John Burns has got to leave us. He's got to work. See you later, John. Thanks for joining us, my friend. Richard Groom says we should just pro size everything. Do you know what? I'm with you on that. I love the pro size. I really love the pro size cards. Really do.
I think I'm a convert as well. I think I prefer them, especially for photographs.
Yeah.
I think they look way better for photographs.
I mean, I was speaking to Nicholas. I think, I don't know if it was during his lecture or maybe when we were talking about destinations. And he said, like, you know, when I first explained to him about pro size and everything else, he wasn't convinced at all. And he sort of just shrugged off the idea of using it and just wanted everything poker. He said, but once he started using them, he much prefers them. Poker just seems so small. Once you start using pro size, poker just seems so small. But for certain effects,
I agree. Yeah.
it's for certain effects it's perfect. Like what happens in Vegas and things that use a playing card deck. But for a lot of the effects we're bringing out, the pro size I think just adds so much. Really, really does. Liam Ball said, "Go pro or go home."
True that.
And Liam, ladies and gentlemen, is the amazing mind behind, or hands, should I say, the hands behind the Collector Deluxe wallet. He makes each one by hand for you. Bless him. I wouldn't want to do the amount of work he's doing. I think he was...
No, imagine, I wonder how long they take to make each one.
I tell you, they're not quick, and I don't think he realised what he let himself in for. When I asked him if he could make me a few, I don't think he realised, bless him. But he's done an amazing job.
Yeah, they are amazing. I've asked him, I've always had an idea for a magic trick wallet, and I've asked him to make me up a like a test version so that I can start working it. And I can't wait. The idea of having one made out of that leather would be just amazing.
Yeah. No, he's fantastic. I've got no doubt the next time I call him for any projects, he just won't answer the phone.
Probably, yeah. Like the rest of us. I mean,
yeah. He's just put me on block. Yes, someone said, are the surprise Liam, cinema cards?
I'm going to add Liam to the Block Peter Nardi Facebook group in a second, just so that he's part of it.
Yes, the surprise cinema cards are pro size, and they are absolutely beautiful. Also, we are nearly out of this executive suite, so we will be going for a new run at some point, and I have decided in the new run we will do a new hotel and destination. So if any of you,
that'd be cool.
Yeah, if any of you want to pick up a second set, we will be doing a discount on the second set for owners of the previous set. Okay, so if you already own it, when we get them in, you will receive an email telling you it's there, and you'll get a special offer code so you can order a second set with a different reveal. And the same goes for...
Can we do a reveal for the dungeon?
Should we? It would be funny, but I think it's quite limited. Also, we're doing a new deck for Casino, What Happens in Vegas as well. So new Casino, new card, that's coming out in December. So all owners of this that purchased it from Alakazam will receive an email. You'll be able to pick up a pack of the other ones if you so want them for a discounted price. Right, so shall we talk about... no, Steve Smith... They do not, pro size do not, unfortunately, fit in a saw. Unfortunately. Shall we talk a bit about this trailer that I'm going to drop in a moment?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, the controversial trailer. Is this the one that was taken from Taboo's Fall?
Yes.
Oh.
Well, do you want to talk about it, or are you just going to sit there saying nothing?
It's so weird because I can't see you on the screen. I don't know what's going on.
Why can't you see me?
Right, yeah, so it's just frozen. So I've just got a picture of someone looking at a TV screen.
Oh.
How
Well,
about
maybe-
play the trailer and
then you log out and log
in.
back in. Yeah?
All right, deal.
Okay, so I'll play the trailer now.
It was this box, and inside this box there is something kind of interesting. It is a doll's leg, a china doll's leg. You can see how hard that is here. And inside here we've also got a picture. Now this is about a little girl who was murdered. She was taken to Barcelona in Spain, and that's where she was killed. Now the only thing that the police received was this. It was a photo of two dolls being hung by their neck by barbed wire. And you can actually see, Harry, one of them is missing something. A leg. This leg. Now the only thing that he sent them was 4 names. The names of the girls. Annie, Charlotte, Mary and Emma. One of these little girls was murdered. One of these little girls owned this doll's leg. Harry, you know nothing about this. Which little girl did this leg and this doll belong to? Who was murdered?
Charlotte.
Now, are you just saying that?
No, I feel it.
I feel like we need evidence. Harry, you've got a pendulum there. Can you grab the pendulum for me?
Yep.
I want you to hold it up. You say it's Charlotte.
That's
If
what
it's
I feel.
Charlotte, then Charlotte will move that pendulum.
Okay.
But we're going to go through all of the names to be sure. So Annie, is this you?
Oh.
There is a little bit of
Could be
movement
Annie,
going on.
bloody
there.
hell.
Charlotte, is this you?
No.
Right, it is going round now.
I don't know.
Mary, is this you?
That's going round a
Emma,
bit more.
is this you? So Harry, so far, which ones do you think it's down to?
Probably Annie and the third one.
Annie or Mary? We'll try it again. Annie, if this is you, can you make that pendulum get bigger, more substantial, so that we can all see it, so that we definitely know it's you? Can you move it, not just backwards and forwards, but in a circle, in a pronounced circle, so that we definitely know it's you?
That's going a bit
Now-
That is. It's Annie.
Now, Harry believes that this might be a little girl called Mary. If this really is you, Annie, as soon as I say Mary's name, you'll start to stop that pendulum. Mary, is this you?
That is stopping.
We'll try it one more time. Annie, is this you? And you're not doing that, Harry, are you? You're not
No,
playing
promise.
along. Good. Drop it down for me. Now, Harry, if this is true, you thought it was Charlotte, but we've just proved that Annie was in the room with you.
Charlotte
And this
didn't
leg
even
did
turn up.
belong to someone. And we know that because Annie used to write her name on all of her gums.
That's scary.
Well, well, well.
Spooky.
Can you see me now?
I can. Hello.
Jolly good. So, do you want to explain a little bit about that? Because you cannot get that from Alakazam. They have to get that directly from you because you haven't got many.
No, well, at the moment we have none. At the moment we've sold out. So I had 50 units, and we'd sold half of them within the first hour, which was mental. I've never ever had that in all the years. And then by the end of the day, we'd sold out of all 50. So I have managed to get hold of some more, because the hardest part about it is finding the China doll's legs. You have to buy like job lots of them basically, and then sort through them to find the best ones. So in the end, I ended up just buying as many as I could get as soon as they came out. So I think tomorrow I've got about 24, 25 coming. And I've had so many emails as well. The other thing is, as soon as you do something like that, you forget that there are people in Singapore, there are people in Australia that aren't awake at the same time as everyone else. So they don't get the chance to take part. So if I can, I will make some more up. But the response to it has been just crazy, like genuinely crazy. And we've had lots of people talking about it. And yeah, everything's handmade by me.
So
that's the other thing. It takes a long time.
Yeah, that's the other thing. They get literally everything. They get the envelopes.
Yeah, so they get, this is what it comes with. You get this with your, that's like your download link. And then inside this envelope, I'll open one up so that you can see. Inside here, you get a load of goodies. So you get your envelopes here. So these are the trick envelopes.
So are they written on already?
So there are two options: there's plain or pre-written.
Right.
Plain is if you want to add your own story, or if you're from like Germany or somewhere where you don't speak English.
Do you choose that at the checkout, or do you get two with it?
No, you get to choose that at the checkout.
Right.
Right, and then you get the photos, of which you get 4, but you get 2 for a right leg and 2 for a left leg, because I don't know what China doll's leg you're going to get. Each one is individually packed. And then I even give you a diddy little pencil so that you can crib it however you want. And then, of course, you get a little velvet bag, and inside the velvet bag you'll get your China doll's leg. This one's wrapped in bubble wrap at the moment. So yeah, you get everything in there, and hopefully, if I can get some more, I'll put them on the site in a couple of days. But it, like I said, it's been a really popular, like far more popular than I thought it was going to be, which is why I only did a small run of it. It's been amazing, and a lot of the people that bought it were the ones who were on Taboo 4, which is great. So the pendulum doesn't come with it, but on the download, I do talk about using it with a pendulum. The reason that I don't include a pendulum with it is because at the moment we're doing like virtual shows, and it's a great way to get phenomena in people's homes. So using a pendulum and the ideomotor response is a great thing, and using it with a multiple out trick works perfectly. So yeah, and we've on the Facebook group, the Taboo 4 Facebook group, there's been loads of discussion about it, about the storylines. People have come up with different storylines for it, which has been amazing. Yeah, it's been great. It's a great little trick. It's one of my favourite ones that I've come up with from this year's Taboos, and it was definitely the one that had the most sort of chats about it.
Yeah, 100%. And it's people have been talking about it, and you told me it's been selling really well. But you've also you've also told me what a pain it is to get hold of the bits, and how long it actually takes you to, because the envelopes themselves are handmade. They're
they
not
start out as an
purchased.
A4 piece of paper.
Yeah. So you are literally making everything that they get inside there, apart from the doll's leg.
Yeah. So and
You
the
don't
hard
get the
one is
pendulum, do you?
that one. No, you don't get the pendulum.
'Cause-
But like I said, it's better that you just make it out of string and like a nut or a washer, because
Yeah.
then you can send them to your spectators, and you can get them to make it at home. It's a lot better.
Yeah, and the other thing is as well, they don't have to use a pendulum. When you first showed it to me, you just got me to name who it was. I think a pendulum does add, if you want to make it a bit more of a presentation bit, a bit more spooky, it certainly does help. But you can make pendulums, but you can pick up pendulums. You go into any, magic with a K shop, you can pick them up there, and they're pretty dirt
Or
cheap,
Amazon,
to be fair.
Amazon and eBay,
Yeah.
or Etsy. There's a website called Etsy where people make like handmade stuff, and there's lots of spiritualism subsections. Like there was a beautiful spirit bell on there that I tried to buy, and someone beat me to it. But it was an actual spirit bell, so it wasn't a magic trick. It was an actual bell that someone makes for spiritualism, and it's beautiful,
Oh, wow.
all handcrafted out of wood. But yeah, someone beat me. Although I have sent them a message saying if they make another one, send me an email and I'll buy it off them.
Wow.
But yeah,
Nathan Clark says, does your acting background help you with your themes, or are you just someone to be worried about?
maybe a little bit of both.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I had this conversation the other day with you guys. I actually don't like horror films. I don't really like anything negative. I can't watch like Netflix dramas about people being murdered or anything like that. I can't do any of that. The most that I did was Making a Murderer, however many years ago that was now.
Yeah.
But anything like that, I can't do it. It just puts me in a bad mood and it makes me feel sad. But that being said, I love storytelling and I love making people feel things. And to me, that's what magic is all about. I think of magic like Disneyland. When you go to Disneyland, you're in this completely immersive situation, and you're dropped in this world where you forget everything. And, they make you feel happy. They make you feel sad. They make you feel scared. They make you feel all of these things. We go to the cinema every year. How many horror films come out every year? Like literally hundreds. It's a big section of people that go and watch these films. And now on Netflix, we've got these sort of Making a Murderer series. We've got The Haunting of Bly House came out a couple of days ago. All of these things that people are gravitating towards, and in magic, we're scared to give these people this feeling of fear, like because we feel like it. But it should be. We should be making them feel happy. We should make them question things. We should put them all through these emotions, of course, responsibly in a good way, and they should know that you're doing that at the beginning. Like I don't go into up to a table at a restaurant and launch into some story about someone being murdered. It's the right place, right time.
Yeah.
They need to know that that's what it's about, and that's what you're doing.
Yeah. No, 100%. Let's have a look down here.
I'm just going to let a cat out. 1 second.
You let a cat out. While you're doing that, I'm just going to drop another quick trailer.
All right.
All right. So here we go, guys. This is the trailer for Destinations, in case you didn't catch it last week. This is brand new. We've got them in stock now, but we are running really low of the pro size. So here you go.
From Nicholas Mavresis, the creative genius behind Zenimatch, comes Destinations, another mentalism powerhouse.
Lily,
Hello.
we're going to try a bit of mind reading.
Okay.
Okay, I know you like travelling.
I do.
So we're going to take an imaginary trip to one of these fantastic destinations. But inside this envelope, I have a prediction which we will place just there.
With destinations, you can use it as a mind reading effect or a killer prediction.
The first thing we're going to do is we are both going to shuffle some of these cards. You take hold of those, give them a good shuffle. I'm going to give these a good shuffle, and just let me know when you're happy that they're all shuffled.
Yeah.
Yep, I'll take them back, turn them face down. Perfect, you happy with that?
Yeah, happy.
And now shuffle mine. When you're done, just drop them on top as well.
Okay.
So you know they're in a completely random order,
Yeah.
yeah? Perfect. Place them on top. That's great.
Destinations comes complete with the custom designed cards as well as a full video tutorial.
You've shuffled all of these up. Now we're going to take an imaginary trip. I want you to imagine you've walked into an airport,
Yeah.
and in front of you are 10 terminals. You don't know where you're flying to in each terminal,
No.
but you're going to make a mental choice now. Don't tell me which one, but
Yeah.
you're going to think of one of the terminals. You got a number in your mind?
Yes.
I'm going to turn my head. I want you to take that number of cards from the top of the pack. So if you're thinking of
Okay.
terminal 3,
Yeah.
take 3 cards and just show the camera how many cards you've got.
Destinations is available in both poker size for close-up performers as well as Alakazam's Pro size for both parlour and stage performances.
This will give you a terminal in your mind, yes?
Yes.
Okay, once you've got them, put them under the pack so I don't know how many you took.
Yeah. Done.
Okay, now you've got a number in your mind that no one can know apart from you and obviously the
Yeah.
people at home.
Yeah.
I said there was 10 terminals, so we're going to take 10 destinations from your shuffle pack. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10. So if you are thinking about terminal number 1,
Yeah.
you will be going to St. Petersburg, okay?
Okay.
Don't tell me which one, just remember where you're going.
Yeah.
If you were thinking of terminal number 2, you would be going to Paris. Terminal number 3, Amsterdam. Number 4, what's that?
Hanoi.
Hanoi. Number 5, Rio de Janeiro. Number 6, Cape Town. 7, Berlin. 8, Tel Aviv. 9, Barcelona. And 10, London. So have you now got a destination in your mind?
Yes.
Brilliant, okay. I can't know what terminal you were thinking of or where you're going.
No.
Could you imagine what it would be like to be in this place?
Yeah.
So what I want you to do is imagine just walking down one of the streets and trying to pick up what it's like, maybe the sounds, the sights and what it's like.
Yeah.
Okay, just put your hand up for me. Just like this, and just visualize it. What I'm going to try and do is I'm going to try and see things through your eyes. Okay, so the first thing I can see is this is quite a cosmopolitan place. It's quite fashionable.
Yeah.
Maybe people sitting outside in bars and cafes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, imagine that we're going to stand on the corner of one of the streets
Yeah.
and we're going to turn around and you're going to see something, maybe a monument or a landmark that would tell me where we are.
Yeah.
So just imagine us turning now. You can see that thing in front of us, that tall thing.
Uh-huh.
Is that
Yeah.
the Eiffel Tower?
Yeah.
Are we in Paris? Yeah. And remember, I placed that down on the table before we even started.
Yeah.
Open it up and see where I predicted we were going.
Don't want me. Oh my god.
Paris, high five to you.
Yay! That's so good. That's a proper good trick.
Destinations is fun, self-working and requires absolutely no memory work. I'm Harry Nardi and we are super excited to bring you Destinations by Nicholas Mavresis.
Right. So that is Destinations. That is out now, and it is so cool either as a standalone effect or play it as part of a bigger effect. The routine that I'm now doing with it was an idea from Nicholas, which was a dream holiday where you have someone think of anyone they'd like to go on holiday with, plus they choose a destination and you've predicted both, which I think is phenomenal. I think it's a great way to do it and it's no extra work. So that's really good, and I'll be filming those routines next week, I believe. There's a comment here from my good friend, and it is, would you, Peter and Jamie, suggest taking acting lessons or storytelling workshops? Now, I actually had a Skype with this lovely gentleman last week, and we were discussing storytelling. He was telling me how he liked the story and the way it was told for the collector and stuff like that. I think it's just something. I don't know if you need to. I never went to sort of storytelling lessons or whatever. I think you've just got to believe in the story you're telling and just try and give it some feeling rather than just spouting out lines. You need to tell the story as if you were reading it to a child, to be fair.
Yeah. I mean, I think there are different approaches. Some people have, like, I went to university to study drama. But I would say that I was doing it before then. And the way that I would go is, so last week I was down with Peter and we were filming, and we were sat in Pete's living room, and we were talking. I don't know what brought it on. I think it was because we were talking about filming down the alley down at the side and how scary it would be. And we started talking about ghost stories. And we were all sitting there, and everyone was just giving their own accounts of things that have happened. And because everyone believes it and it's someone's own experience, you really buy into it. I think it's the belief in the story that sells it. So the more you believe it, take actual stories and base stuff on there. That's what I do. So I look at other stories and I go, all right, that's a compelling story. That's interesting. Let's write something about it. Sometimes I'll see a prop like the doll's leg. That routine came up from the photograph. That photograph, believe it or not, I didn't Photoshop. That's a normal photograph that I found online. I saw the picture and I was like, wow, that's really creepy. Let me try and make up a story. Why are those two dolls hung like that? And then I had this idea of this leg.
That was just a picture?
Yeah.
All right, I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's a stock picture. Yeah, it's a stock picture. The only thing that I did was turn it black and white and took off one of its legs.
Right.
That was the addition. But yeah, that picture was just a random picture. So I took my story, by looking at the picture. I thought, well, that's really fascinating. It looks like they're on barbed wire. I didn't know if they were on barbed wire. I just wrote barbed wire in there. And then I was thinking, why are they in a field? Who do these dolls belong to? Why are they put there? And then the story came from that.
It's really, I mean, it is a great story, and the thing is, I just feel the same as you. I mean, when I tell a story when I'm doing a trick, I do believe the story, even though chances are I've made it up, and sometimes I make them up on the spot, but I deliver them with such conviction that most people will believe what I'm telling them is true. They'll have no reason to disbelieve it. That's the thing. And it doesn't sound like I'm making it up as I go along. That's the thing. You want to be pretty fluent with it, as if it is a story you know. And I think all that really helps. But it's certainly worth practicing your storytelling. I don't feel you need to go to a class or a workshop. I think you just need to do it with conviction and do it with commitment to the story.
And look at performers that you enjoy, and like for me, I really love Derren Brown. So I sat down and I watched a lot of his performances, and I thought, what is it about Derren Brown that I really like? What is it about his performance which is compelling? And then I look at maybe David Copperfield when he does one of his pieces. What makes his pieces compelling? What is he doing that's great? And then on the flip side, I'll look at performers that maybe I don't find as fascinating, or I have maybe an issue with. And I think, well, what don't I like about that? Why don't I like that? Why is that not doing it for me? And then I can start adjusting my performance based on those things that I've noticed on other performers. Like, I really quite like Ben Hart's stuff at the moment. I think he's a compelling storyteller. And when he starts talking, the room just goes silent. But why? What about his performance style is doing that? So yeah, looking at other performers picking out what you like about them and working on that is a good way of going as well.
Yeah. Another good thing, I think, a good tip when you're sort of going into storytelling is try and have it flow from general conversation into it. It's you don't want that sort of, oh hi, we're having a great time, this, that and the other. It was a very dark night. You don't want that. Do you know what I mean? That drop into a story. If it flows in conversation and then you start telling it and then you start getting deeper into it and darker with your voice and everything else. But you don't want it to sound like it's just, okay, for this trick I'm going to do this script. For this trick I'm going to do this script. It's got to feel as if it's coming from you and you are the one telling them, not the trick. If that makes sense.
You ask a question. You ask a question, so it makes it feel like they've started the conversation.
Yeah.
So if I said, have you ever had a ghost encounter? Have you ever had like something happen to you that you can't explain? That's it. They've launched into it.
Yeah.
Let them tell you their story, and then when you tell your story, suddenly it feels organic, and it feels believable because you're just exchanging stories.
Yeah.
You know, I think that's how a lot of like psychics and stuff work. They'll ask you a question and try and get you to invest in things that way.
Yeah, no, 100%, I agree. Right, well, guys, that brings us to the end of this Alakazam Live. I'm glad we could make it today because I thought I'd have to be in the shop today, but I'm not. I'm here. And thank you, Jamie, for joining us. And, oh,
thanks for having me.
Where can they get hold of the doll's leg? Have you got any left?
So I don't. I mean, I've got about 5 or 6 doll's legs, but they are massive. They're huge doll's legs. So tomorrow I should be hopefully having more doll's legs come in. If they do come in, it will be on the website. So it will be jamiedawson.co.uk/the doll's leg. But if you go to my website and sign up to my mailing list, you will receive emails. So I send out emails about new products before they come out and stuff like that.
Cool. Okay, so jamiedawes.co.uk.
Yes.
Brilliant.
/the
okay, guys, so
leg.
get yourself over there and sign up to Jamie's emails. And then he'll let you know as and when there are more doll's legs available. Very good. Right, Jamie,
yeah, exactly
thank you,
what Phil just said is true. Just to acknowledge what he said, one of the things I love Nyman doing is that he will be a third of the way through a trick before you realise he's doing a trick. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
I believe he takes all of his inspiration from films and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Right? So his stories and his tricks evolve from films.
Well, I remember, I've known Nyman for years, and I remember being next to him at the Magic Circle Dealers Day. This was, going back 15, 18 years. And some customer come up to him and said, "Oh, hi, Andy." And he said, "Oh, hi, John, how are you?" And, John was going, "Oh, yeah, not too bad, doing this, that and the other. How about you, Andy?" And he went, "Oh, yeah, everything's all right." He said, "But I don't make decisions anymore." And he went, "What?" And he said, "Yeah, I just found it was too hard. So now what I do is when I wake up in the morning, I just roll a dice. And I've got these 6 cards. And before you know it, he's into Dice Man. And it's like, I'm listening to him, I'm going, that's really weird. And I'm thinking, he's already into Dice Man. And it all just flowed from conversation. It was really good. He is a bit of a master at that. Right.
Yeah,
so
I do love Nyman.
A lot of people, we've got David Hand. Thank you, David, saying super session. Thanks, Peter and Jamie. You're very, very welcome. Ian Raymond Walker, another great live. Thank you, guys. Without you guys, there would be no point in doing these lives. So please make sure you join us every week. And if you can, let your magic buddies know that we do this every week. The more people that join us, the merrier it is. So I think that brings us to the end, Jamie. Thank you so much for joining us, young man.
Thank you for having me.
You're more than welcome. We will be together next week, although it will be like this, for the live launch of those 2 wonderful products, the Xena Murders and Deceased the Return. So guys, keep your eyes open on your emails But at the moment, it's planned for next Wednesday at 7 p.m. Okay?
See you there.
Yes, we will see you there. I'm going to leave you with a trailer. I can't remember what trailer it is, so I am just going to hit a button. Right, guys, see you later. Thanks for joining us on this week's live. Jamie, thank you so much, mate. Hang on there. I'll speak to you in a moment. Guys, thank you so much. We will see you next week on the Alakazam Live.
Eric Weiss, better known as Harry Houdini. It was not an escape attempt that killed him. Halloween 1926 is where the spirits received his soul when he passed away from a ruptured appendix as a result from a stomach punch. In my recent visit to the Houdini Museum, I shot this picture. What I didn't realize is that I captured a spiritual phenomena. Could it be that Harry Houdini was performing his last trick? Check it out and decide for yourselves. In my recent visit to the Houdini Museum, I shot this picture of the iconic magician. You know, analog pictures, they are known for capturing anomalies and spiritual phenomena. Check it out, this is the picture, all right? You know Houdini?
Yes.
You know him, right? Right. Now, I want you to connect with him, watch in his eyes, right? And if you are connected, just put the picture on a card box so everybody can see it. But still, nobody can touch it. All right. In a minute, I'm going to do this. I'm going to go through the pack of cards, and I want you to memorize one card, okay?
Yes.
Are you ready?
Yes.
Here we go. Got one?
Yeah.
All right. Perfect. Now memorize that card. Now, I told you about Houdini, right? I'm going to show you Houdini's last trick. Houdini's trick that he did was a card trick, like this. He would have someone select a card, or think of it, and then he would turn around, and when he came back, out of his breast pocket, there was one card sticking out, and that was the spectator's freely chosen card. Do you like the trick?
I think.
Now, remember, you freely picked a card. You saw one card in the pack, right?
Yeah.
And I didn't touch the picture after you touched it, right? And I don't want to touch it again. But I want you to take the picture, take it from the card box, and look what happened in that picture.
Can I grab it?
You grab it, and look what happened in the breast pocket of Houdini. There should be one card revealed. And that is... it's King of Clubs. Is that your card?
It's my card, yes.
Now, ain't that strange? That...
Can I see it again?
Sure.
Wow.
And that is Houdini's last trick.